Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Ever wonder what it takes to keep your legs strong and steady, even at 94? As we age, leg strength isn't just about getting around. It's about holding on to your independence, feeling confident, and living life your way. But let's be honest, a lot of us notice our legs aren't what they used to be. Simple things like tackling stairs or standing for a while can start to feel like a chore. Sound familiar? Well, what if I told you there's a natural, easy way to keep those legs powered up well into your later years? In this video, we're digging into 6 must-have vitamins that can keep your legs sturdy and resilient, no matter your age. These nutrients don't just boost muscle, they help your circulation, ease stiffness, and keep you moving with ease. If your legs tire out too fast or you're worried about losing that spring in your step, stick with me to the end. You'll walk away knowing exactly which vitamins can keep you strong and full of pep. Plus a dead simple habit, just 1 teaspoon a day, that can work wonders for years to come. Don't miss the last vitamin. It's a game changer most folks overlook. Before we jump in, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you don't miss a thing. Let's get rolling. Vitamin 1, vitamin D, your legs' rock-solid backbone. Let's kick things off with the first heavy hitter on our list. Vitamin D, the unsung hero that keeps your legs standing tall, even as the years pile on. This isn't just some random nutrient. It's the cornerstone of keeping your lower half strong and steady. Why? Because vitamin D is like the key that unlocks your body's ability to pull calcium into your bones and fire up your muscles. Without enough of it, things start to crumble. Your bones get fragile, your legs lose their oomph. And even basic moves like getting out of bed or stepping off a curb can feel like a gamble. A lot of folks chalk up wobbly legs to just getting old, but hold on, that's not the full story. More often than not, it's your body crying out for this vital boost. Here's the science in plain English. Vitamin D keeps your skeleton tough and your muscles ready to roll. Skimp on it and you're asking for trouble. Think creaky joints, tired thighs, or that shaky feeling when you're on your feet too long. Research backs this up big time. People low on D are way more likely to trip, stumble, or even snap a bone, especially after 70. Ever catch yourself gripping the railing a little tighter on the stairs? Or maybe your legs feel like they've checked out by lunchtime. That's your cue. Your body's hinting it's running on empty in the vitamin D department. Let me tell you about Helen, a spry 89-year-old from Oregon. She used to love her daily walks, but lately, her legs felt like lead weights, like they couldn't keep up with her spirit. She brushed it off as age creeping in until her doctor checked her levels. Yep, vitamin D was tanking. Turns out she'd been cooped up indoors more, dodging the rain, and her diet wasn't picking up the slack. She started small changes, and within weeks, she was back to strolling the neighborhood. No cane needed. That's the magic of D. It's like flipping a switch for your legs. So, what's tripping you up if you're low? Maybe your calves ache after a short jaunt, or you're dodging cramps that hit out of nowhere. Say, while you're binge watching your favorite show. Some folks even notice their balance is off, like the floor's playing tricks on them. These aren't random quirks. They're SOS signals from your muscles and bones. The good news? You can fight back naturally. Step 1. Catch some rays. About 15 minutes of sunshine a day can kickstart your body's own D factory. But here's the hitch. As we age, our skin gets lazy at turning sunlight into the good stuff, and especially if you're bundled up or live where winters drag on. That's where food swoops in. Load up on goodies like tuna, sardines, or a glass of fortified OJ. Eggs work too, just don't skip the yolk. Now, if you want a real power punch, here's my favorite trick. 1 teaspoon of cod liver oil every day. Don't wrinkle your nose. It's not as fishy as it sounds, and it's loaded with vitamin D, giving your legs the VIP treatment. Seniors who swear by this say it's a game changer. Less stiffness, more pep, and those annoying twinges at night? Gone. One guy I know, a 92-year-old from Texas, said he felt like his legs got a tune-up. He's even back to chasing his grandkids around the yard. And get this, it's not just about strength. Vitamin D can lift your whole vibe. More energy, better posture, and a confidence boost knowing you're not teetering on the edge of a fall. It's like giving your legs a support crew that works 24/7. So if you've been feeling like your get up and go got up and left, this could be your ticket back. A little sunshine, a smart bite, or that trusty teaspoon, it's all it takes to keep your legs rock solid for the long haul. Vitamin 2, vitamin B12, your legs power switch. All right, moving on to number 2, vitamin B12, the little dynamo that keeps your legs buzzing with life. If you've ever felt like your legs are running on fumes, stumbling more than they should, or hit with that weird tingly zap out of nowhere, this could be your missing spark. B12 isn't just another vitamin. It's the juice that keeps your nerves sharp, your blood pumping oxygen, and your muscles ready to roll. When it's in short supply, your legs can feel like they're dragging a load of bricks, clumsy, worn out, or even numb. And here's the sneaky part. As we age, our bodies get stingy about pulling B12 from food. So even if you're eating steak and eggs like a champ, you might still be missing out. Let's break it down. This nutrient's a big deal because it's the go-between for your brain and your legs. It keeps those nerve signals zipping along so your muscles know what's up. Run low and it's like the lines get crossed. Your legs might feel shaky one minute, fine the next, with no rhyme or reason. Ever get that freaky pins and needles vibe, like your feet fell asleep but won't wake up? That's B12 waving a red flag. It's not just annoying, it's your body saying, hey, I can't keep up down here. Without enough, your muscles miss out on the oxygen they crave, leaving you huffing after a short walk or wobbling when you stand too long. Take Frank, a 90-year-old from Minnesota. He was a farmer his whole life, tough as nails, but lately his legs felt like they'd checked out, heavy, unsteady, and tingling like crazy at night. He figured it was just old age creeping in, but a blood test told a different story. B12 levels in the basement. Turns out his gut wasn't soaking it up like it used to, even with a meat-heavy diet. He started tweaking things and bam. Within a month, he was back to hauling firewood. No more zombie legs. That's the kind of turnaround B12 can pull off. So, how do you spot the signs? Maybe your legs feel like they're phoning it in. Great one day, toast the next. Or you're dodging that creepy crawly sensation that hits when you're just chilling on the couch. Some folks even say their balance takes a hit, like the ground's playing pranks. It's not in your head, it's in your nerves, and B12's the fix. Where do you snag it? Load up on classics like beef, turkey, clams, or a good cheddar cheese. Plant-based? No sweat. 1 teaspoon of nutritional yeast sprinkled on your soup or toast is a B12 goldmine. Here's the payoff. Seniors who pump up their B12 swear it's like flipping a switch. Energy comes roaring back, legs feel steadier, and that twitchy nonsense fades away. One lady I heard from, a 93-year-old from Florida, said she went from shuffling to striding, felt like she'd shaved a decade off her step. And it's fast. Some notice a difference in days, not months. If your legs are lagging or you're wondering why they've lost their gusto, B12 might be the jolt you need to get back in the game. It's proof a tiny tweak can kickstart a big comeback. Vitamin 3, vitamin C, your legs' flexibility. Fixer. All right, let's roll into number 3. Vitamin C, the all-star that keeps your legs limber and ready for action. You probably know it as the cold-busting king, but this gem's got a bigger gig, keeping your joints loose, your muscles bouncy, and your legs feeling young. How? It's the mastermind behind collagen, that stretchy stuff that holds your tendons, ligaments, and cartilage together like a well-oiled machine. As we rack up the years, our collagen factory slows down, and without enough C to keep it humming, your knees might creak, your steps stiffen, and your legs start acting like they're stuck in molasses. Think it's just age? Not so fast. Sometimes it's your body begging for a little more of this powerhouse. Here's why it matters. Collagen's the scaffolding for your joints. Skimp on vitamin C, and that framework gets rickety. Your legs feel sore after a stroll, your knees ache when you stand, or you're hobbling more than you'd like. Plus, C's a ninja at fighting inflammation. That sneaky troublemaker that swells up your joints and leaves your muscles grumbling. Ever notice your legs take forever to bounce back after a busy day? That's not just wear and tear. It could be low C slowing down the repair crew. Studies say older folks with enough of it dodge stiffness and stay spry longer. It's like a secret weapon for keeping the spring in your step. Let me tell you about Doris, an 87-year-old from Georgia. She loved tending her garden, but lately her knees were throwing a fit, achy, tight, like they'd forgotten how to bend. She chalked it up to too many birthdays until a friend nudged her to check her diet. Turns out she'd been skimping on sea-rich foods. No citrus, no peppers, nada. She started mixing things up, and in a few weeks, she was back to weeding without wincing. Her legs felt looser, like they'd gotten a second wind. That's the kind of comeback vitamin C can deliver. So, what's the tip-off if you're running low? Maybe you wake up feeling like your joints need a good stretch, or a crowbar, or your legs lag after a short walk, stiff as a board when they used to bounce back fast. Some folks even spot more twinges, like their knees are complaining about the weather. That's your cue to load up. Grab some oranges, grapefruit, or red bell peppers. They're C-packed and tasty. Want a quick jolt? 1 teaspoon of acerola cherry powder in your morning juice or oatmeal beats out a whole fruit basket. It's a concentrated blast of goodness. Here's the payoff. Seniors who crank up their C rave about the difference. Stiffness fades, knees feel friendlier, and they've got stamina to spare. One 91-year-old I heard from said she went from creaking to cruising. Her legs felt like they'd shed years of rust. And it's not just talk. Less swelling means less pain, so you're moving smoother, not grimacing through every step. If your legs feel like they're stuck in the slow lane, or your joints are throwing tantrums, vitamin C's your ticket to getting them back in gear. It's like a lube job for your whole lower half. Vitamin 4. Vitamin K2, your leg's bone boss. Next up, number 4, vitamin K2, the quiet MVP that keeps your legs grounded and your bones tougher than a $2 steak. This isn't one of those vitamins you hear about every day, but it's a big deal for staying steady on your feet. K2's job? It's the traffic cop for calcium, making sure it zooms straight to your bones where it belongs, not gumming up your arteries or joints where it can stir up trouble. A lot of folks think piling on calcium supplements is the ticket to strong legs. Nah, not quite. Without K2 riding shotgun, that calcium can go rogue, leaving your bones brittle and your legs wobbly when you need them most. Here's the lowdown. K2 keeps your skeleton solid so your legs can carry you with confidence. Miss out on it, and calcium might crash the wrong party. Think stiff knees, clogged blood flow, or even bones that snap easier than a dry twig. That's bad news, especially after 70, when a fall can bench you for months. Ever see someone shuffling along, hunched over, even though they're popping calcium like candy? That's K2's absence at work. Calcium's there, but it's not landing where it counts. Research says folks low on this gem face trickier posture and more aches, all because their bones aren't getting the full support package. Let me introduce you to Earl, an 88-year-old from Tennessee. He was a hiker back in the day, but lately his legs felt like they were giving up, achy, unsteady, like the ground was out to get him. He'd been chugging milk for years, figuring calcium was his fix. Nope, his doc clued him in. K2 was AWOL. Earl started tweaking his plate, and in a couple months he was back to short trails, no more hobbling. His legs felt lighter, like they'd remembered how to stand tall. That's K2 doing its thing, locking in strength where it matters. So how do you know if you're short? Maybe your knees creak like an old porch swing, or you're dodging random leg pains that hit like a surprise guest. Some folks notice their back slumping or their steps slowing, even with calcium in the mix. That's your body nudging you. K2's missing from the lineup. Where do you snag it? Fermented goodies like natto, if you're brave, or sauerkraut and sharp cheddar do the trick. Want an easy win? 1 teaspoon of grass-fed ghee every day. It's a K2 goldmine you can slather on toast or stir into soup. The payoff's a knockout. Seniors who boost their K2 say it's like their legs got a new lease on life. Aches fade, steps firm up, and that lower back nag, quieter than a church mouse. One 95-year-old from Ohio told me she felt her old strut coming back. Less stiffness, more swagger. And it's not just fluff. Stronger bones mean fewer falls. So you're not just walking, you're owning it. If your legs feel like they're letting you down or your bones aren't pulling their weight, K2's your behind-the-scenes fix. It's the glue that keeps your foundation rock steady. Vitamin 5 magnesium, your leg's energy. Jolt. On to number 5, magnesium, the magic mineral that keeps your legs firing on all cylinders. If your legs ever feel like they're slogging through mud, locking up with cramps, or just plain tuckered out after barely moving? This could be your secret weapon. Magnesium's the unsung hero that keeps your muscles loose, your nerves humming, and your energy tank topped off. Run low, and you're stuck with legs that feel like they've punched the clock, tight, twitchy, or hit with those nasty spasms that jolt you awake at 3 a.m. It's not just a comfort thing, it's about keeping your lower half ready to roll, no matter your age. Here's why it's a big deal. Magnesium's like the chill pill for your muscles. It helps them flex and relax without a hitch, so you're not hobbling around like a rusty robot. Skimp on it, and tension creeps in. Think calf cramps that strike like lightning, or that restless jiggle that keeps you tossing all night. Plus, it's a circulation booster, making sure your legs get the oxygen and fuel they need to stay perky. Ever feel like your get up and go's gone missing, even after a short shuffle to the mailbox? That's magnesium waving a white flag. Your muscles are starving for it. Studies show seniors low on this stuff deal with more fatigue and wobbly steps. It's the spark that keeps you steady. Let me tell you about Betty, a 91-year-old from Arizona. She loved her bingo nights, but lately, her legs were staging a sit-down strike. Heavy, cramping up, like they'd rather nap than move. She figured it was just her years catching up, but a chat with her doc flipped the script. Magnesium was MIA. She started sprinkling some changes into her routine, and in a few weeks, she was back to ruling the bingo hall. No more midnight Charlie horses stealing her sleep. Her legs felt lighter, like they'd gotten a wake-up call. That's magnesium working its magic. How do you know if you're running on empty? Maybe your calves turn into knots after a quick walk, or you're dodging that jumpy leg buzz that hits when you're trying to unwind. Some folks even feel their energy dip, like standing up feels like climbing Everest. That's your body hollering for a refill. Where do you grab it? Load up on spinach, almonds, or oatmeal. They're magnesium magnets. Want a fast track? 1 teaspoon of pumpkin seeds tossed in your snack mix or yogurt. It's a powerhouse dose that fits in your pocket. The payoff's a slam dunk. Seniors who amp up their magnesium swear it's like hitting the refresh button. Cramps vanish, legs feel springy, and that all-day zip comes roaring back. One 89-year-old from Michigan said he went from dragging to dancing. Well, almost, because his legs stopped acting like grumpy old mules. And it's quick. Some feel the difference in days, with fewer twitches and more juice to spare. If your legs are phoning it in, or those nighttime jolts are wearing you out, magnesium's your ticket to kicking fatigue to the curb. It's the jolt that keeps your engine purring. Vitamin 6, vitamin E, your legs' blood flow. Buddy, all right, here's the last one on our list. Vitamin E, the circulation champ that keeps your legs humming with life. If your legs poop out too quick, feel like ice blocks, or puff up after a lazy day in the recliner, this could be your game changer. Vitamin E's the unsung hero that keeps your blood moving like a well-tuned engine, delivering oxygen and goodies to your muscles so they don't tap out. Run low and your legs might feel like they're stuck in the slow lane, achy, tingly, or dragging like they've got weights tied on. It's all about keeping the flow going, and after 90, that's gold. Here's the scoop. Vitamin E is like a grease monkey for your blood vessels. It keeps them stretchy and open so your legs don't miss a beat. Poor circulation's a buzzkill. Without enough juice, your muscles starve, leaving you sore after a short shuffle or numb when you least expect it. Ever notice your legs fading fast on a grocery run, or your feet feeling like they're auditioning for the polar plunge? That's your body hinting it needs more E to keep the pipes clear. Research says seniors with solid levels stay peppier and dodge that heavy leg slump. It's the secret sauce for staying lively. Let me tell you about Clara, a 93-year-old from Wisconsin. She loved her knitting circle, but lately her legs were throwing a wrench in the fun, cold, swollen, like they'd rather hibernate than haul her around. She blamed winter, but her doc had a hunch. Vitamin E was running on fumes. She started tweaking her eats, and in a month, she was back to stitching up a storm. No more ice-cold calves or puffy ankles slowing her down. Her legs felt warm and zippy, like they'd woken up from a long nap. That's E doing its thing, pumping life back into the system. So, how do you spot the trouble? Maybe your legs tire out like you've run a marathon, when all you did was hit the mailbox. Or they're swelling up after a Netflix binge, looking like they've got their own zip code. Some folks even get that prickly buzz, like their feet are throwing a tantrum. That's your circulation crying for help. Where do you snag it? Load up on walnuts, sunflower seeds, or a creamy avocado toast. They're E-packed and tasty. Want a quick boost? 1 teaspoon of wheat germ oil stirred into your oatmeal or drizzled on a salad. It's a circulation jackpot in a snap. The payoff's a home run. Seniors who crank up their E rave about the difference. Legs feel lighter, warmer, like they've got a new lease on life. One 94-year-old from Texas said he went from limping to strutting, well, close enough, because his stamina kicked back in. And it's not just hot air. Better flow means less puffiness, more oomph, and even skin that looks less like it's been through the ringer. If your legs feel like they're stuck in neutral, or you're tired of playing ice cube, Vitamin E's your wingman to get the blood pumping and the good times rolling. There you have it, folks. The full scoop on 6 powerhouse vitamins that can keep your legs kicking strong, even at 94. We've unpacked the whole toolbox. Vitamin D builds your bone and muscle backbone. B12 flips the energy switch. C keeps your joints loose as a goose. K2 locks calcium where it counts. Magnesium zaps fatigue to the curb. And E keeps the blood flowing like a champ. These aren't just random nutrients. They're your ticket to strutting through life with legs that don't quit. It's not all about pounding the pavement. It's about fueling up right so your lower half stays ready for whatever you throw at it, whether it's chasing grandkids or just enjoying a sunset stroll. Think about it. Strong legs aren't a luxury. They're your freedom pass. They keep you out of the rocking chair and in the driver's seat of your golden years. Sure, age might slow us down a tick, but with these vitamins in your corner, you're not just hanging on, you're thriving. And the best part? You don't need a complicated playbook. 1 teaspoon a day, cod liver oil for D, nutritional yeast for B12, acerola powder for C, ghee for K2, pumpkin seeds for magnesium, or wheat germ oil for E, can crank up the horsepower in your legs. It's so simple, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. Take it from the seniors lighting up my inbox. Folks who lean into these goodies see the needle move fast. We're talking steadier steps in weeks, not years. Less creaking, more cruising, and a whole lot fewer ouch moments. Picture this. No more wincing at stairs. No more midnight cramps stealing your shut-eye. Just legs that feel like they've still got some gas in the tank. Maybe you're like Clara from our last story, ready to knit up a storm, or Earl hitting the trails again. That's the vibe we're chasing. Vitality that sticks around, not fades away. So what's your next move? Maybe you're eyeballing that cod liver oil on the shelf or plotting a seed sprinkle on your oatmeal. Whatever it is, start small. Your legs will thank you with every step. Drop a 6 in the comments and tell me which vitamins got you fired up, or share how you'll tweak your routine. I'm all ears, and your stories keep this channel humming. If this lit a spark, smack that like button, hit subscribe, and tap the bell so you're in on the next round. Thanks for hanging out. You're the reason we keep digging up tips to keep your years golden. Catch you in the next one.